Sickos Club.
Sickos Club.
Hello, welcome to The Hard Way. It is I, your favorite non-binary nuisance, Brett Michelle. And with me, as always, is my unfortunate little buddy Blade. Hello, Blade.
Hey, Brett. How's it going?
And the one, the only, lost his virginity fucking in the back of a Cadillac Margarita. Professor Degree, the toast of the third coast. Hello,
Thank
Professor.
you. Hi. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you.
It's good to be here. And also, Blade.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah,
hey.
he's here.
Yeah.
He's here.
It's really good to see you guys.
Well, what's up?
You know-
How's everyone's week? Anything eventful happen?
Yeah, it was good. I didn't see you guys, so that was cool.
I don't have much COVID left anymore, I guess. It's mostly done.
Well, you seem sprightly.
I'm awake. Yes, I'm sprightly. I'm spry.
Sprightly.
I'm ready to go.
Have you guys seen Bad Santa?
Yes.
I don't know why, but one of my favorite quotes in that movie is when Billy Bob goes to kid's house and the kid's telling him it's just like him and his grandma there, and he's like, "Is Granny spry?"
Great word.
He wants to know if this aged woman is going to attack him. Yes.
Anyway, today we're talking all about Georgia Championship Wrestling, who took over the Omni Theater on February 26th, 1986, for a house show that, for all intent and purpose, should have been named the Night of 1,000 Arm Bars. Because holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, I think you know what you see here is the difference between, say, like the AWA and the Southern Wrestling at this time, which is like, there was a lot of chin locks and headlocks and arm bars and shit in the AWA as well. But
there was literally an entire match of just Ted DiBiase trying to get out of an arm bar.
Hey, to be fair, a few of those were hammer locks. But what I will say is that we didn't have Beer Gut City.
No,
the wrestlers were actually in shape.
It wasn't far from it.
Nah, I thought the wrestlers were pretty.
Well,
okay.
So if they were in 80s shape. They were in it was like when wrestlers used to have a barrel chest and still kind of a little gut. They didn't. It wasn't like they didn't look like Swerve or
right. Or they were the kind of Jake Roberts, Barry Windham, not really any definition, but they're in better shape than you are.
They're scrappy. Yeah. They're spry.
Unless you're a junior heavyweight, in which case you look fucking enormous and ripped and just like this little massive action figure guy. But you're just tiny.
Yeah, and this is on the WWE Vault. If you guys want to check out the show that we watched, make sure you go to our show notes and check it out there because
it's on the YouTubes.
Yep. Yeah, it's on YouTube, and everything we're going to be reviewing going forward is pretty much on YouTube. So we want to get your comments about these shows. We want to know what you guys want to watch. We got a request for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, because fuck you, Andrew Schultz.
We got a request for... What?
I don't know, YouTube.
Okay. We got a request for the Royal Rumble 1990 that we will be reviewing in the nearish future. So,
but not next week.
Yeah,
because next week you guys are assholes because I'm not going to be here and you're watching the one with RoboCop. But I don't care. That's fine. I made you watch Halloween Havoc 2000, so it's fair.
And this one.
This was not that bad. This was, if you like...
It wasn't that good.
Listen, hold on. If you like to put something on in the background when you take a nap, this is the wrestling you need to put on because there's no commentary.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't trying to take a nap. I was trying to watch a show.
If you have a very specific kink, and that is watching one man lay down while another man drapes his leg over his neck, and then they don't move for 20 minutes, this is your show.
Yeah. Yeah.
The entire audio track was just a crowd murmuring and then
I think it was definitely a show you want to listen to on lower volume because it does sound like people screaming through the asshole of Satan. And I think
the audio is bad.
Yeah, it's far less than ideal. Like when they announce people in the ring.
I couldn't even
never heard
understand
any of
what
it.
they were saying.
Yeah, I would hear a little bit and there you go. We found out who everybody was later, but you couldn't tell who everybody was when you watched it, which kind of made it fun and kind of made it weird.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like you went to a show and you got to see who was on the. I don't know who this dude is. Local guys.
Yeah,
they're all.
Were you
local
about
guys.
to say that? Were you about to say the CAD?
The what?
The CAD with like an accent. The CAD.
No, the COD. It's all these guys in the COD. No, this is in Atlanta.
What do they say? How do they say card in Chicago? What's the Chicago accent?
The card? I don't know.
Probably like a harder R.
The card?
I would imagine.
I don't know.
Card.
I have a Midwestern accent, so I don't know what I sound like.
You do. The more I talk to you, the more I hear it.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
what.
it comes out in little bits.
So I talk.
But it's not like it's
a
not
normal
like
voice.
it's not like Minnesota Midwest.
No.
You know?
But my mom used
No.
to say things like eggs. Like she didn't say eggs; she would say eggs. Like they're fucking
Eggs.
eggs.
I
Mom.
have a friend, and it used to kill me because he would call donuts donuts.
Donuts. Yeah. Or
Donuts.
what is? I hear a lot of people say supposedly, but
Or my
That fucking pisses me off.
ex-wife used
Supposedly.
to say milk
yeah, my mom says milk. Yeah.
with an
Like on
E.
The
There's a lot of
Simpsons?
people in Washington who have unexplainable drawls or accents, and a lot of people, like older people or people from like mid central to eastern Washington, who will call Washington Washington.
Yeah. No, well,
It's-
hey, like
my,
my family on the East Coast does that. Like they'll say like whoosh.
my son always calls Okada Okader. Oh, how about Okader over there? Hey, is he wrestling
Yeah.
tonight?
Yeah, see, I'll do it on
I love that your
purpose
son
as a
just sounds
joke.
like a 50-year-old.
I know, right? Like, why do you call him Okader?
He's been raised on sausage and farts.
Well, I didn't write down who was in the first match. The only thing I wrote down was that the ref was Tom Petty.
That was what all of us had in our notes.
All of us in our notes. And so it's the same ref throughout the entire fucking show. And dude looks like late 70s Tom Petty
Oh,
He does.
in bell-bottom pants.
I didn't have
Yeah.
my glasses on for portions of this, and I was like, that is Tom Petty. Like, there's no two
Go
ways
look at
about
the
it.
cover of like Damn the Torpedoes.
Yeah.
That's who you're looking at.
He was running down a dream, to be sure.
Yes. And we got lucky to have discovered this. So he also had, I think it's really important to note that he had bell-bottom slacks.
Yeah, he was rocking.
1986?
1984.
And Tom
1984.
Petty is from the Florida Georgia line, so I mean, are we sure
Yeah,
it
he's
wasn't Tom?
He's from Gainesville. He's from the southern Florida, real
Yeah.
southern Florida. So yeah, that was interesting to note. The opening match was actually Pistol Pez Watley.
What a name!
Versus
Pistol
I had
Pez.
Weird White Guy in my notes. Weird White Guy was the other guy.
Jesse
But
Barr.
he actually, it was Jesse Barr.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were leading into something. I thought you were asking me who he was.
I'm always leading into something. I don't say things frivolously for no reason like you guys.
That's true. Yeah. And that's why you're so lame. And we are more exciting and fun. Jesse Barr was somebody later on, right? Was he like Eddie Guerrero's partner or something? Didn't Jesse Barr go on to
That
do
was
something?
Art Barr.
No, that was Art Barr.
Barr.
Jesse
Mhm.
Barr was...
He was a mainstay of like Portland wrestling.
Jimmy-
He was a mainstay of.
Was he like
he was
Jimmy
a territory
Jack
dude.
Funk or something?
Any relation to
Yeah,
Roseanne
I think he
Barr?
was Jimmy Jack Funk.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's Roseanne Barr's husband. First husband. Yes, I think he was Jimmy Jack Funk, who I don't even really know who that is. Thank you, Bill Apter.
Yes, and I get very confused between him and Billy Jack Haynes, but now that Billy Jack Haynes is an accused murderer,
Oh, that's a
Easier
good way
to
to tell them
distinguish.
apart.
Because here on the hard way, folks, we just love shouting out the criminals among the pro wrestling.
Your crimes.
I mean, there's so many to shout out. I think is really
it's
the key.
wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
True.
Jesse Barr had
True.
his underwear on, and that's pretty much all that I have for my notes.
Yeah, I was watching
I
this.
enjoyed. Shut up, Blade. I enjoyed that at one point he gets thrown to the outside, and behind the barricade there is some guy who is sitting in a chair just munching popcorn and reading a magazine facing the opposite direction of the ring, and he doesn't even look over when dude gets thrown into the barricade.
Right.
It's
like right in front of him.
In 2026, that would be the guy where it would be like, why is that fucking asshole on his phone right now?
Right.
You know? He's reading PWI as he's sitting there.
Yeah.
This is, without a scene setting, which I was prevented from doing, you fucking assholes.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
This is Georgia Championship Wrestling. This is a house show at the Omni, which was like their monthly destination.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I'm about to give background about those facts, Brett. It's not enough to just say the facts. You explain, contextualize. For the love of Christ. Anyway, so that's it. That's all I had. Nope. This is a house show. They would film these with one camera, and you would see like B-roll of it during times where they're promoting upcoming house shows. That's probably why they taped this in the first place. But yeah, this is Georgia Championship Wrestling, the year that Black Saturday happened, where they lost their time slot to Vince McMahon. And this is just before all of that. And then a year later, McMahon had to sell it to Jim Crockett. So this is not a Jim Crockett show. This is a Georgia Championship Wrestling. Those are distinct entities, and I just wanted to make sure people understood that.
And I'm glad you said that, because there was no ring apron to tell me who was there.
Nope.
The ropes were total, like, I've been to plenty of indie shows where the ropes were twisted up garden hoses like that. And there were no mats outside the ring, which I guess is keeping with old wrestling.
Yeah, it was hard to get a feel for how many people were there. Very hard.
I know, but they were old.
real outlaw mud show.
Exactly.
It had that vibe for sure.
And everybody, the crowd was like, there were a few kids, but it was like significantly older. And like they were just kind of sitting there. They didn't even seem to really be cheering that much. But like there were like grandmas and stuff there. Like more, and I know that Southern wrestling and grandmas go hand in hand, but like
they do.
There was a point where one of the old ladies is up out of her chair yelling at Animal from the Road Warriors. And like they are having like a good little back and forth.
The lady in the white sweater with the V neck.
Yeah.
She was my favorite.
Exactly.
Yep. She was really into it. She was hot. She was hooting and hollering.
They left before the main event.
Yeah, there's a point where they
didn't even notice.
And it's like, hey, we have these two glowing red chairs that are now empty, and there's no way you can miss it. And that's when the kids came in. Somebody's little kids came and sat there.
Well, you know, Matlock was on. You don't want to miss Matlock.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
So the first match was Pistol Pez Watley versus Jesse Barr. And Jesse looks like he's wearing his tighty whities. It's not a flattering look, not a good look. And quite frankly, a risky look. You know, I mean, like you take a big splash the wrong way. Those are not white pants anymore.
No.
You know?
No.
But, the results I'm looking at say this was a time limit draw, and I can tell you it was not. Pistol Pez Watley just beat Jesse Barr with a fucking cross body block off the ropes.
Oh, big move of the night.
Yeah.
In about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Watley looked good in this match. I mean, dude had a physique. I don't know. I mean, was he
Pistol Pez came up in a real outlaw promotion, which was the Pafos promotion in Kentucky.
Really?
Wait, Pistol Pez won,
because
right?
Pistol
I've
Pez
only
won.
ever seen him.
Okay, yeah, he looked good.
In more of
great.
like a jobbing capacity, I thought.
He became a jobber. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that was the initial thought about what he would do. I know he was friends and very respected by Randy Savage. That's in Randy Savage's biography that I read recently.
I mean, I know his name, so he's somebody.
Yeah, Pistol Pez. He was like, he was a jobber who was on TV
I
a
feel
lot.
like that's something I'd put on a resume, like respected by Randy Savage.
Oh shit, dude. Yes.
Yeah. He was a lifter. You know, he was like a guy who lifted a lot, and you could see it in his chest and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this guy is like bench pressing a ton. So, but yeah, I don't know what the story was.
So
with
the
him,
anti-blade.
Hey.
Oh.
I mean, it's true. It just hurts that you said it. You know, there's stuff that's true about you that you know your friends typically would be too nice to say, and that's why they feel
Not
safe to be
here.
around. Yeah, if you're me,
Not
there is
on the
no
hard
safe.
way, baby.
There is no safe place for you here. There's no safe place.
No.
And so I want you guys to empathize with me and feel sorry for me. Not you two, because you're horrible pieces
Yeah.
of shit, but the listener.
I have actually. I've been lifting. Do you want me to show you my tiny little muscles?
I don't.
Make you feel.
Nope.
Make you feel even
don't.
worse.
Nope.
Wait, have you
Nope.
really been lifting?
I
Is
have
this a new
been.
thing?
And as a matter of fact,
Oh, good
so
for you.
I was like, check this out. And you know how like right
I
after
thought your shirt looked tighter.
look at that. You know how like
Wow.
right after you lift, the
Boom!
muscles are like a little bit like bigger and more defined.
Yeah.
And I walk in the room and I'm like flexing, and my wife goes, "Oh, you've never had those before." I'm like, thanks. Like, that's a great compliment. Thanks a lot.
It's
Is
a
this your way of
compliment.
saying is this your way
Ish.
of saying we should have linguine for dinner? Or is that-
Oh,
So
Lord.
yeah, Pez Watley won with a crossbody block off the ropes. Jesse Barr looked quite disappointed, but didn't seem to have shat himself. So small victories.
always,
you know what I mean?
always a plus. Always a plus.
Yeah, always a plus. Not to shit yourself.
Well, next we have Johnny Rich versus the Spoiler, aka Creator Wrestler number 1.
But the spoiler was somebody, right? Or was it just a mask that you gave
The
to whoever?
spoiler, Don Jardine,
Okay.
another Portland guy who was a territory
That's
dude
a good name.
Don
to
Jardine.
the max. He
Yeah.
was even known as the spoiler Don Jardine, and he still wrestled with a mask.
Isn't that one of the Beach Boys? Al Jardine?
Yeah,
Yes.
Al Jardine.
Ah, all right.
Yep.
But what you'll
Mhm.
hear a lot of, if you listen to WCW in 1989, 1990.
Did you know that
He is in the
No,
middle of
I didn't. I'm
sentence
in
right
the
here.
middle of saying something here.
So very realistically, so the Beach Boys not wanting to jam with Charles Manson, might have
Yeah.
been the reason that they killed a bunch of people. Like if they would have just jammed with Charlie,
Yeah. Maybe he would have never done.
maybe Sharon Tate's still here.
I kind of feel like he was going to do some fucked up shit one way or the other.
I pretty much
Hmm.
think if you like have that in you, you're gonna do
You're
it.
probably going to
somehow.
do it. Yeah.
He would have just done it to somebody else, maybe.
But you don't know who I was planning to kill before you invited me to be on this show.
Did you know that his music's not bad?
I've heard it. I mean, it's not bad. I think the more you know about Charlie Manson, though, you're like, I have no idea what motivated any of it. So it's kind of terrifying in that regard.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So anyway, the
spoiler.
spoiler Don Jardine was very often compared, or rather, The Undertaker, Mark Callis,
Oh, right.
was regularly compared to the spoiler Don Jardine. You will hear Jim Ross in WCW shout him out a bunch because of him walking the ropes. Because even in this match, you see the spoiler do it.
He
and
sure does.
You realize that shit was being done for a long time. And apparently, you can't really tell from this one shot, the hard cam shot. It's the only thing you get this entire time. But you can't really tell. But Don Jardine's a pretty tall dude. I don't think he's quite as tall as, Mark Calloway or whatever. But
Oh,
he's not a short guy.
He definitely was the monster of the night.
Yeah.
yes.
I'm guessing he was the heel, right? He was in
Yes,
the heel
he was in a mask.
position.
Yeah.
There was a point in the middle of this match where a guy walked by selling popcorn and he had a sailor hat on. That was my takeaway from the match. And I was like, who that fucking Scoops Ahoy looking
That dude
over
walked
there?
by quite a few times. I noticed him every single
Oh, I
time.
only saw him that one time. But I'm like, why is he wearing a sailor hat? Like, you're at
Well,
the
he
Omni.
just looked so like the stereotypical
Right.
old school. Get your popcorn,
Right.
yeah. He had his big case with like the little shoulder straps,
Mhm.
Previous sit down, shut up guest, Kayfabe K, watched this with me, and we discussed. She had some observations. Now, she's not 45 years old like me. Okay, she's significantly younger than that. She mentioned that the spoiler has sexy cutouts on the back of his bodysuit.
He did.
Yeah, you don't see that every day.
What were they? I wasn't wearing my glasses at this point. So
It
what were
just
they?
kind of looked like he was wearing a sports bra.
Oh,
He was
okay.
wearing like a unitard over
Yeah.
tights. And so,
But he had
the
like a
back of the
keyhole
unitard
cutout
had
in
some
the
cutouts.
back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've
I
seen
guess
it
I
before.
noticed that.
You've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
And then she mentioned that everybody's gear was very primary colored, which very true.
Mhm.
Very
Mhm.
true.
Well, it was the 80s. They hadn't discovered the full color wheel yet.
No.
Well, and there was a limit to what I think they could print at the time as well.
On spandex?
Johnny Rich really has that give him one little comeback and then crush him jobber vibe to me. And he did not disappoint. I mean, really. Took a
I have a
pounding.
question.
Yeah.
How did he get a crimson mask? What? How? Where did that come from? Like what? Like what was the finish that
I don't know.
spoiler did? Did he like squeeze his head? Was that what he was doing?
Because he did do a claw.
Okay, so he does a weird
well, because
sleeper
the
claw,
whole
though.
finish, he has his back to us with Rich bent over backwards over his knee, and you can't see what he's doing. And then all of a sudden,
that's the
Johnny
thing.
Rich gets up, and his face is just fucking dripping blood.
This is
All
not
razor blades.
filmed for television, so like, yeah, there's no hard cam to perform for. So yeah, he has his back to the crowd. So he puts this weird choke sleeper thing on, and then it turns it into a claw.
I think. And he didn't want to let go of it. I know that.
And at some point, so Johnny Rich gets out of it once, and he's not bleeding yet, I don't think. But the spoiler does some other cool shit. Like he does the old school thing that the Undertaker did, where he like winds the arm up and walks the ropes.
Well, he like stood on the rope. He stood on the turnbuckle a few times and just stood there. And it was like the third time he like finally
where
did
he
that.
actually walked the ropes, right?
Yeah, and it was cool. And it was probably really cool back then.
Oh, I think it was really cool. Yeah. And then
it looked cool.
And then Johnny Rich proving his commitment to to really carry out his job. He earned that $50. You know what I mean? Like he
that hot dog
bladed like Will Ospreay bladed in the fucking Revolution cage match versus Kyle Fletcher.
Oh yeah,
this
he
last
had a
year.
vein on that one.
Yeah.
He fucking bladed like Stone Cold in the I Quit match with Brett.
He's
like
got a
this
gusher.
dude, this motherfucker is gushing blood. It's on the Muda scale, okay? And that $50 probably got deducted from his pay for the stitches that he had to get.
He just super glued his head shut.
Yeah, is probably only compensation for this entire thing was a hot dog, handshake, and maybe a little Coke. But he went down.
Maybe
he went down easy.
maybe a handy from a fan after.
I mean, probably. Like I know if Degree was there, he definitely got a handy, but Degree wasn't there. So I mean,
I was
you
holding
in-
out
you
for
get-
Les Thornton.
But yeah, so
Who's in the
Johnny
next
Rich,
match?
was that the next match?
No, it
I have
actually
it in
isn't.
my notes that Ted DiBiase versus Mr. R is the next match.
Yeah,
It is.
Ted DiBiase versus Creator Wrestler number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, hold on. So this is just, again, the importance of house shows cannot be overstated for this time. Yes, people bladed on house shows. Yes, they did big things on house shows because, not this house show, but house shows in general, because house shows were a huge part of how promotions made money. It wasn't about TV deals.
Well, yeah,
it wasn't about that stuff.
because it wasn't. I mean, pay-per-view and all that kind of stuff wasn't as big yet. Like I don't think a lot of that really started until the WWF and WCW in the 90s.
For context, this is literally 2 months after the first Starrcade.
Jesus Christ.
Flair versus Harley in a cage.
Just
2
happened.
months before this. Or 3 months, because it would have happened in November. They weren't doing them in December
Oh,
yet.
right.
But the other thing is, this is a year. This is like 14 months before the first WrestleMania.
God damn.
For context.
See, I gave you guys a piece of history tonight.
You didn't have a Dynamite on every Wednesday, or you know what I mean?
No.
Unless you were like in an area where a territory was. I mean, sometimes you got like local television that would show it, like for the local territories. But other than that, like you only saw wrestling if it came to town for a
Right.
house show, you know?
And if it's on TV, it's probably squash matches for the most part. I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
And the point of
Uh-huh.
the squash, the point of the television is to drive you to the arena.
Right.
So, I'm kind of going through a thing right now where I'm watching like 93, 94 ECW. They were doing the same thing. I mean, everything was about getting you to go to the house show, once a month that they were going to do, that they
Right.
called, whatever, the night the line was crossed or whatever it was called. Then they'd sell videotapes and they'd show some of the footage, but not the finish or whatever, to keep you up to date on what's happening, but it was all under the veil of getting you to go to the shows. That was the whole
And just watching people do arm bars for hours. Also,
And now they have television that's supposed to do that for you.
right. But that's to get you to buy the pay-per-view.
That's to get you to buy the pay-per-view,
Yeah.
and they get paid buku bucks for the television, because they feel like people will watch wrestling live, which is the only thing keeping networks in business anymore is live sports, basically.
Right.
So next match. And what I also appreciate about this YouTube video is that there's no entrances. Like everything is just, crossfade guys are in the ring.
Yeah, no. Flair's the only
There's
one that
no
gets an
entrances. There's
Yeah.
no announcer.
No, there's no announcers. No. There is the Satan's butthole, audio though.
Right.
You do get that.
And Tom Petty. So the next match is Ted DiBiase versus Mr. R. And Mr. R is, I guess, part of the long-standing tradition of using one of your initials and putting on a mask because he was Tommy Rich. Much like Mr. JL, right? Who is Jerry Lynn years later, and probably other people with similar names.
I would also gander that this was yet another guy who lost a loser leaves town match and then showed up under a mask.
Because at the end, he pulls his mask up, doesn't he?
He
shows
does.
off.
He
does.
pulls the mask up at the end. So I knew it was like a name guy. I just had, I didn't even hear Mr. R. I had no idea who it was.
I looked it
Until
up.
I looked it
That's
up
why I
later.
know.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I looked it up.
But it was Ted DiBiase versus Mr. R. And this is fucking Mid-South Ted DiBiase.
Fingerless
He does have
glove.
the beard, but he also is a heel, and because he has the black glove.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little more Kenny Rogers,
Fucking sucked in every single
just
conceivable
dropped
way.
in to see what condition his condition was in.
He sure did. And his condition, not the greatest. Now, I have in my notes here that Ted's skin is dangerously white. He almost looks transparent at this point. It looks like turkey when you see it uncooked. You know what I mean? Like a turkey.
And it's like
Like
all
Ted.
goosebumpy.
This is not tanning bed Ted.
To our fans out there,
Yeah.
if you yourself are pasty, I get quite a few compliments in public, on my skin and having good skin. And the secret is, I want to tell you, for brightening your skin, niacinamide.
See, I have that rosacea shit that I get
I
a
pay
little bit.
$6 and I get it at TJ Maxx.
For niacin?
No, niacinamide.
Oh, because one time I took
It's like a
Like-
serum.
way more acid than I should have. And they said if you take niacin, it will bring you down. I don't know what niacin
Oh,
was.
niacin will make you sweat your balls out.
Yeah. I was like a little lobster and just sweating.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was fucked up, dude. There was this poster of Wolverine and it was breathing. And it was all the cliches that you can imagine. It was really bad.
Did he have a
really
big
The first
did he have a
time-
boner?
The first time I ever did mushrooms.
What did you just say?
What?
What did he just
Something
say?
about boner?
That's what I
Brett
heard
was
too.
talking about mushrooms. I don't know.
The first time I ever did mushrooms, there was a point, I did too much. And there was a point in the night where I had become convinced that the windows and doors were just painted on the walls and that forever, for the rest of my life, it was going to be 2 a.m. and I would be stuck in this room. And I fully accepted it. I accepted that this was now the rest of my life.
Wow. I kind of had a similar experience. So I did mushrooms the first time and I ate just one. I ate one, controlled my dosage, right? The next time, the same person who I was with the first time made tea and fucking dosed us way too much.
Hell yeah.
I freaked the fuck out. I was having visions of vehicles made of human body parts sitting in a river full of human beings dead.
Fuck.
And then I was solo in space by myself with no spacesuit. And then I was looking in a mirror and the
Holy
reflection
shit.
at me was a white
Well,
buffalo.
you're not supposed to look in the mirror.
No,
No, I wasn't really looking in a mirror. I was trying to go to
Oh.
sleep. And I had a
Oh,
vision
wow.
of myself looking in a mirror and I became a white buffalo. And these ice spikes came up from the ground And I said, I'm not afraid anymore. And the mushroom trip was over, but it went on for like 7 hours.
Holy shit.
Sorry, listeners. Hold on. Have any of you guys done salvia?
No.
Okay. Fuck, dude.
Your
okay.
eyes just lit up.
It was my 20th birthday, right?
This is why we should live stream.
We were at my friend's party house that we used to all party at back in the day, and one of my friends shows up, and well, first I had one. This was like when I had just discovered the Big Lebowski, so one of my friends shows up, and I always said that this guy was like the Christian Slater that never left the '90s because he had the same hair and he had the same kind of, hey, how's it going, man? And he shows up and he's like, "Hey,"
Nicholson impersonation.
He's like, "Hey,
constantly.
dude. So I bought you all the stuff to make White Russians, and for the rest of the night, I'll make you a White Russian anytime you want one. But you got to say, hey, Jackie,
I
give
feel
me
like
another
I've heard
Caucasian."
this story before.
and so he was making me Caucasians all night. But then he also brought salvia that he bought off some fucking lady at the beach, right? And so I put it in a bong and we load it up, and he says, take a hit and just hold it in until you can't hold it in anymore. And so I do that, and then I start coughing, and it feels like I'm falling sideways, but it feels like I'm doing the Michael Jackson where my feet aren't leaving the ground and I'm just tilting. And then the minute I hit the ground, I'm just falling down this tunnel of like red, blue, and yellow Legos. While in the background, there's just a ha ha ha, a ha ha ha, a ha ha ha, like on a loop. And I start freaking out. And I'm just like, oh my God, I need to get out of here. Like, what am I doing? I need to tell my mom. And like in the head, it's like, well, how are you going to tell your mom? Because you're stuck in this tunnel, And I'm just flipping shit out, man. And then finally I snap out of it and I tell my friends, and they go, well, the laughing was probably you because you started coughing, ran over to the sink, and just spent the last 10 minutes laughing your ass off. I'm like, oh, that's not what was happening in my head. Anyway, don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah,
no,
don't.
So Ted DiBiase spends this whole match trying to get out of a hammer lock. Sorry, thank you, Blade.
Yeah, Mr. R looks like Hulk Hogan with a mask on, but if Hulk Hogan was like out of shape,
if Hulk Hogan looked just like Tommy Rich.
Right. If Hulk Hogan had the body of Tommy Rich.
Did he have long hair? I legitimately couldn't tell.
Yeah, you could see it from the little spaghetti out of the bottom.
Well, I couldn't tell if it was hair or if it was like some flaps on his mask because the picture was so bad.
Well, and he kept doing that kind of like where he'd kind of squat like he was going to take a shit. Like Hogan used to kind of do that back in the day. So I get it. Get what you're saying. Little Hogan-y.
Pick up what you're putting down.
There's time calls in every match.
Yes.
Which they always announce when 5 minutes, 10 minutes has passed. They don't say how much time is left. And I don't understand the logic of that. Like, who cares how much time has gone by? Like, how much time is left? That would seem to be the more important detail.
I wonder if it was more of like a signal to the wrestlers.
Guys.
Could be.
You know what else I don't understand? I don't understand why constantly throughout the night the referee would break pins up. Guys would have another guy.
I didn't understand that either.
And he would roll them over. He would just roll them out like nope.
He would literally push them over like a bowling ball or something. You don't push bowling balls over. That was bad.
I wondered if it was supposed to look like it was real wrestling, and it's like this is where we like you're not going to get this move, so I'm going to reset you, kind of. Or like when you have to turn the hose on two dogs. Dogs are fucking.
I noticed this the first time in the next match, but if you guys just want to jump ahead, go right ahead.
I'm done talking.
What happens? It's the same thing every time. A guy has a guy in a headlock, and the guy in the headlock turns the guy with the headlock on his shoulders,
turns him on.
He goes 1, 2.
Does he buy him dinner first?
Doesn't count 3.
Does he say
he doesn't count 3 and just turns the guy back onto his ass? You guys are terrible.
I did appreciate though that like anytime someone would try to grab the hair, the ref Tom Petty would just like bonk the guy's hand to like get it off the guy's head.
This ref was so into it. And again, you know, I'm going to get back on this whole like people who fucking Aubrey Edwards is too animated. She's taking up the show. fucking Tom Petty was involved in every single match, bonking guys, rolling guys over, whatever, dude. It's always been going on.
No, and again, and it's funny because those guys who say this shit a lot would say this is the best kind of wrestling, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
And they'd also be the same fucking people who would suck off and be like, Earl Hebner was the best goddamn ref of all time, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you know?
yeah, Earl was a total ham. Like he sucked up all of the oxygen in
He was such a
match,
ham. There was two of them. Let's go to the next match. I don't want to talk about this one
Well,
anymore.
hold on. So they spend like 4 minutes doing arm bars, arm locks,
there's nothing to say.
hammer locks. And then
Like, why do you
out
even
of
have
nowhere,
that fingerless glove, Ted? Like,
the match doesn't even accelerate, and Tidy Whitey Art Jesse Barr and the spoiler run in and just start attacking Mr. R.
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
And Mr. R jumps out of the ring, wins the match after like 4 minutes by disqualification. There's no, like, why did this match even happen? It made no sense for it to even be on the show because nothing happened the entire match. And Mr. R jumps out of the ring, runs, jumps over the rail, lifts his mask up to show who it is.
You couldn't tell though, because there was only one
he had his back to
angle.
the camera. Yeah. Yeah. So it's Tommy Rich.
Allegedly.
But I have no idea what the connection of the spoiler and Jesse Barr is to Ted DiBiase.
Bad guys.
Nope.
Because he's from Mid-South. So I don't really know.
We're just trying to get a little heat on the bad guys over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, next we have Les Thornton versus Tommy Rogers.
Tommy Rogers, future member of the Fantastics.
And this was for a belt.
Yeah.
It was the light. I have it right here.
Junior
it
heavyweight?
was the NWA World Junior Heavyweight title.
I don't know what the difference is in weight classes or if they're even real or if it's totally made up, but I like the sound of junior heavyweight more than lightweight or cruiserweight. Personal thing. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I like cruiserweight.
I don't dislike it. I think it's just because you never hear junior heavyweight, and that's why I like it.
Well, the thing about it is Les Thornton is stout as fuck.
I just really love cruising.
Yeah.
The movie or the activity?
The song, but not the original song, the remake by Gwyneth Paltrow and Huey Lewis.
Oh my
From
God,
that
get
movie.
the fuck out of here. Like, get out of here.
I don't like that. I'm saying that Brett likes that.
I was
I can't
thinking
believe you
Cruisin' USA, you know, the old arcade game.
Oh. I actually don't think that Huey Lewis sounded that bad on that song, but that movie was horrible. Anyway.
I didn't even know
don't
there was a movie named Cruisin'.
No, it's a karaoke movie, and it's got Huey Lewis and Gwyneth Paltrow, and she plays
What
like
do you mean? Wait, it's a movie about karaoke?
I think so, and she is like his daughter, and it's Gwyneth Paltrow, and she lives in like a trailer park, and they sing karaoke.
And
I
now
don't know.
she sells
No.
vagina crystals.
She does now. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, that movie it's fucking horrible. I watched it because I
Paved
used
the
to
way for a
karaoke
lot
all
of
the time.
health grift. Gwyneth did.
So anyway, these guys were junior heavyweights, and they were huge and hugely muscular, despite being juniors.
Tommy Rogers is Timu Paul Orndorff, so he like has the red tights, same boots.
Yeah, kind of.
But he's skinny. He's not like super jacked and roided up like Paul Orndorff, but he's in very good shape. And Les Thornton is like your old territory heel who is just like the same width the whole way down. Like his shoulders determine his width, and then at no point does it vary at any other part. So he just looks like a brick, not a brick shit house, just a brick of flesh. And Les looks not like a junior heavyweight at all. I have no idea how he's a junior heavyweight. He looks heavy.
I love the term brick shit house.
Yeah, it's a good.
I love that
Who doesn't?
term.
I mean, I love it.
Did you ever have WrestleMania Challenge for the NES?
Yes.
Remember there was like a tournament where you were like generic wrestler in brown?
Yep.
That's who these two guys reminded me of. They were
Very
just
much.
generic player one and player two. One's blue, one's red.
Yeah, so this is the first time you witness the baby face. So Tommy Rogers has Les Thornton in a headlock. So Tommy's sitting on his ass. Les is lying down on his face. And this is like the first 7 minutes of the match where like they are just perpetually in this fucking headlock position.
It's the last 8 minutes of the match also.
Yes, and Les keeps rolling Tommy onto his shoulders. The ref counts 2. I think it's because Tommy can't kick out. Like, he's really can't kick out.
Oh.
But he's not supposed to lose yet.
Right.
And so the ref tips him back over and just stops counting for no reason.
Was that before or after Rogers went to pull him over the rope back into the ring and just dropped him onto his own head? like
There's also a lot of head scissors in this match.
It was all head scissors, dude.
yeah. And then Les,
but not like a flippy Will Ospreay head scissor. We mean like laying down on the ground.
Right.
Just, I need
your
a back
your leg
scratcher.
over someone's body.
And I will say it looked like head scissors looks really uncomfortable and painful to be in.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to see it for this long. You know what I mean?
No. There were no Ranas. There were no mares.
There's some people that I would love to put me in a head scissor.
No. Yeah, for Junior, you think Junior, I heard that, are supposed to be a little more exciting, and it was not.
There's nothing exciting about it. So when Tommy Rogers finally goes on offense, by the way, he's just being outclassed. He's being out wrestled. Les Thornton hasn't done anything illegal at all. But when Tommy Rogers finally gets on offense, he teases a nut shot on Les Thornton for no reason. Like, he's just angry and the crowd's cheering for him, like, kick him in the balls. And he doesn't. But there's a lot of sloppy kickouts that look like 3 that aren't. Where the ref looks like Tom Petty, this is his worst showing of the night. Where there's a couple where he just stops counting instead of counting 3. Les Thornton wins.
He sure does.
You say so.
Yeah. Did you guys fall asleep before the finish, or?
I don't know.
Well, next we've got Nikolai Volkov versus Wahoo McDaniel. And this was, you ever seen that Hogan versus Shawn Michaels match where Michaels just oversells fucking everything? That's what this was. Nikolai Volkov would get a chop and then just do like a backflip.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
So this was when Nikolai Volkov still tried, and he was very. I'm going to say it. One, he's gigantic.
Yeah,
in comparison,
he was a big man,
and Wahoo's a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
But all Wahoo does is chop. That's all he does, and occasionally kick. He chops, he kicks. There's no moves. It's just brawling, and he's fine. He's got a lot of babyface fire, but Volkov, he carries this entire match. He takes all the bumps. He gets chopped, one chop. You know, that people today would be going like, woo! And he's like flying through the ropes, like to the outside, you know?
It was amazing. I loved it.
But he did a really cool thing in this match that he did before he went back to WWF, which is the press slam backbreaker. So he presses Wahoo fucking McDaniel over his goddamn head. This is a big dude.
Wahoo's huge, dude.
Wahoo is a former football player.
Right.
Like a legendary football player, by the way, and drops him on his knee from a press slam position. It's a very cool looking move.
Well, that was why everybody was afraid of the Soviet Union.
Yeah. It's because of Nikolai Volkov. Yeah. And by the way, Nikolai Volkov was I think he's just Italian in real life. So
I think Wahoo McDaniel was also just Italian.
No, he was. I think he's a legit Native American.
He is legit.
So
well, then
that's Chief J Strongbow you're thinking of.
Chief J Strongbow. You're learning.
They're all the same, aren't they? Degree, aren't they? You fucking bastard.
What'd you say?
Volkov. So there's lots of racist.
A couple things that you say in every show, and I feel like you're always probably making fun of me because you probably always are anyway.
Somebody that I was comfortable making
You
fun
be
of.
nice to Cadillac.
Yeah.
So there was lots of racist chanting.
Oh, there were
native.
Oh, yeah, there was
during this
definitely.
And
someone
a lot of people
a dance that was offensive.
Yeah,
also
lots of offensive dancing. And then this match ends in a DQ, and I'm not really sure why.
I'm not either.
No, because Wahoo shoved the ref a couple times because the ref was getting in his
Wahoo got
face.
disqualified. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Wahoo got disqualified. Wahoo throws the ref to the ground for trying to get him off Volkov.
Mhm.
All Wahoo does this entire match really is just chop.
Pretty much. And then the ref makes Nikolai Volkov leave through the crowd. He's like, you leave and you go through the crowd. Not
For his own.
Not that there is
Is
an
it like-
entrance ramp, but
Is it like a punishment or is it like
don't
for his own
know.
safety thing?
maybe. I don't know. It
Yeah,
was
I don't
weird.
know.
And then the next match. So this is continuing 2 matches in a row where 2 of the guys look like my buddy's dads. My friend Bill's dad looks a lot
Dude.
like Wahoo McDaniel. And my friend Mike, his dad looked so much like Jake the Snake.
Dude, Jake was so fucking cool, man. Jake
Jake is cool as shit in this match.
Dude always looked like especially in this era, looked like he just rolled in from ripping guitar in a Molly Hatchet cover band at the bar before the
and
show.
He pulls up and opens the doors and smoke is just pouring out of the car and shit.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and that's kind of what Mike's dad looked
Down the road,
like.
I'm
Too.
flirting with disaster.
And he's against this feather-haired fellow who is very stout. And I was like, who the fuck is this? And I realized it's Ron Garvin.
Yeah. All men.
And this is
in a
before
yard wide.
Ronnie went full Stinger spikes,
Mhm.
you know?
So he's unrecognizable. And it's
Yes.
just his hair and really
Yeah.
bad quality television. But
If you want to know what happened during this match,
This is the best match of the night, by the way.
yeah,
in my
I have
opinion.
the most notes on this match.
even though Garvin spends 90% of the match in an armbar, there is a part where he spent about 5 minutes in an armbar. The camera just fades out for no reason, and then it fades back in, and he's in a different position, but he's still in a fucking
It's
armbar.
like- and you hear like Rod Trongar in your mind, and he's like, "No, what?" It's like we had to take a break for a moment, and when we came back, he was still in an armbar.
Now, did you notice a couple things here? So Jake is the Georgia Championship TV
Right.
champion at this time.
Did you
Not the-
notice that when he had him in the armbar, Jake was just sitting on his head?
He's just
Yes.
sitting on his head. Jake
He's just
with the red
sitting
pants.
on his head. I bet that's not comfortable.
That's it. Dude, one of the things I love though was when the ref, Jake was selling that his ribs were taped up and the ref is like patting him down and he pats his ribs and Jake's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And it's like,
Yeah.
it was like Jake might, I mean, again, I know this is not like a new thing, but it's like he might not have been the best wrestler, but fuck, that guy had just like presence and personality. Because the way he sells being
Anyone
tickled-
who ever says a bad word about Jake the Snake Roberts around me, I will
Yeah.
slap you into next week,
he
sister.
he has personality.
He is one of my favorite
fucking
wrestlers
ass.
of all time.
He sells so good.
Jake's amazing. And so a couple notes here. Garvin looks jacked. Jake is wrestling in bell-bottom pajamas or karate pants. I'm not really sure which. But they're
And a
red.
muscle shirt. A muscle
They're
shirt.
red. He's got a muscle tank
And no muscles.
and
at
no
all.
muscles. And then you see
He looked
that
like my Uncle Shorty.
Yeah, this is Uncle Wrestling.
this match has reverse psychology as well, where the heel has his ribs taped.
Yeah.
And the baby face is trying to beat those ribs' ass.
Yeah. I liked when he kept pulling his
Like
shirt
a
up.
Tuesday at Chili's.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, baby back ribs. You might have noticed that Jake is managed by Precious Paul Ellering.
So is he in the
Mhm.
Legion of Doom at this point? Is it when
Now,
it's the bigger Legion of
here's
Doom?
He
where
was
things
in the
get
next
interesting.
match.
Yeah.
Well, everybody shut the fuck
Well, he
up.
wasn't wrestling, but he was.
The Legion of Doom originally was the name of a stable. Not
I know.
it was not the tag team. I didn't know what you know. I'm telling the
I'm
people.
also old. I just said, wasn't Jake in the Legion of Doom? I'm old too. I know things.
We're telling the people.
But you know
they're
who
not
I
as old
know?
as us. Hmm.
You know who I know was also in the Legion of Doom is the spoiler. Okay.
No shit.
He was in the Legion of Doom.
I might have known
So-
that. Maybe I did know that and I just didn't tell you.
Maybe he
I
wasn't
didn't know
there.
that.
But or maybe he already had been.
I
Who's
thought
to
King
say?
Kong Bundy was in the fucking
King Kong
Legion of
Bundy
Doom.
was in the Legion of Doom. You're correct. And
Wow.
later he's a babyface, which is real weird.
Wow.
Him and Stan Hansen are fucking baby faces on this
Right.
show.
In the very next match.
Yeah, in the next match. However, in this match, great heel work by Jake, does the subtle hair pulling shit, does all of that classic stuff. Jake's fucking fantastic. Like, I agree with you, Brett. I think Jake is one of the best ever. And I think he is a great worker because it's not like super athletic, but the psychology, you buy it all.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's part of
it.
what I love about like a Mox, is like like the way Jake would give a promo like back in the day, like back in the 80s, everyone was like, "Oh hell yeah, brother, I'm gonna whip your sister's titties," and screaming and yelling, and Jake would just get close to the camera.
Right.
You know what? I don't need to tell you all the ways you know what I mean?
Dude.
Like, God, there was just something like fiery and sinister in his yeah, man. Jake was a different fucking breed, man. I fucking love Jake Roberts.
In fairness to Jake, he had probably smoked an entire pack of cigarettes before that promo, but
he probably smoked crack before that promo too.
Yeah,
I was going to suggest that he might have smoked crack before this match, but
that's the thing that the beauty of wrestling is it's like, oh, well, Jake maybe wasn't a very good wrestler, but he had all this personality. Well, what the fuck makes a good wrestler? You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying. He was a great worker.
I mean, yeah, to your point, it's like you don't have to be Dean Malenko. A good wrestler is a good entertainer. Or what do they always say? An ass every 18 inches or whatever.
Well, and I think this is where you see this, what I love about this show that we do here is that we really show how wrestling has changed. And I think the expectation of the crowd of what wrestling is today is very, very different from this time, where it's like they just want to get invested in the match and care about the guys in the match. And whoever they care about, they don't really care. They're not looking for a bunch of big moves, maybe one or two moves during a match,
Right. They just want to see their guy win.
Yeah.
Prior to this match, there had been maybe one or two matches that even had more than one or two moves. Really?
Yeah. Sorry, I need to shout out how good Jake was again, because in this match, if you notice, he plays a heel so good. Like anytime Garvin would go like he was gonna, start boxing him up, Jake was kind of, like doing his little, like, he was, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a feint? Like he'd flinch. He's the flinching, like,
he's a chicken shit.
Nope.
That's what I meant. Like when the ref touched his ribs and he's selling the rib injury. He didn't sell a rib injury. He sold a guy faking a rib injury, and somehow that came across. And I don't know how to explain it, but that's what it was. And it was
from a single camera shot, like 100 yards away. Yeah, it came across that Jake was faking it. So this match has great crowd heat. Every other match before this sounds like
think Jake might be on my Mount Rushmore. I think
he's amazing. Like, he is amazing.
I fucking love Jake Roberts so much.
And you see guys like Raven and Mox and people like that who kind of carried what Jake did forward. Mox, I remember when he was in the Shield and Jake came out and he DDT'd Mox and then he put the snake on Mox. And Mox literally is smiling his ass off. One, because I think it tickles a little bit. And two, because he's like, I just got fucking DDT'd by Jake Roberts. Yeah.
So to your point earlier about we sit here and we talk on this show about how much wrestling has changed, I think we also talk about how much it stays the same. Carry on.
There's a pioneering moment in this match. We all know Jake created the DDT. That is accepted fact. People have been saying it for a long time, but it is actually true. It's one of the few things people say about wrestling that is actually provable and true. The expert diversionary tactics by Jake and Paul Ellering to distract the ref. Paul Ellering has the ref, Tom Petty's, yelling at him about something, but he had already slid a chair into the ring.
Yep.
Jake DDT's Ronnie Garvin on a fucking chair in 1984.
Yeah.
Okay, so the move of the 80s.
84? I thought this was 86.
No, it's February 26, 1984.
I think I said 86 when we started the show,
I've been
so I'm
saying
sorry.
86 all this whole time, and Blade's corrected
you both
me
been
every
wrong the entire
single
time. So that's why I said it's
6,
3 months after Starrcade 83. So Jake does an ECW shit in this match like 10 years before ECW. You know what I mean? So like he DDTs
or 12,
Ronnie,
depending on what year you think it is.
Yes. And the move of the 80, well, it would be 8 actually.
What math?
God, just math. Come on, man.
I was born in 88.
Jesus Christ.
That's great, Brett.
I was 12.
January 19th, 1988. That's right. My birthday is a week from today, the day we're recording this, Monday.
Would you like to tell the people your social or any other
Dolly
identifying
Parton
information?
Yeah.
So
if you guys want to send
if you
presents
want
to Brett.
Yeah, if you guys want to send me presents, just Venmo me.
You guys want to talk
Best
about
match of the night by far. Ronnie gets pinned convincingly and easily because he's knocked the fuck out because he just got DDT'd on a chair.
the next match?
Yes.
Is only 50% rest holds as opposed to 75% rest holds.
This match is all aura.
Well, that's because it's a tag teamer.
Correct. And it is the Road Warriors versus King Kong Bundy and Stan Hansen.
Yeah.
I fucking love Stan Hansen, man.
Yep.
He was a fucking maniac.
I don't know a lot about him,
Stan
but
Hansen.
like I dig him.
So Stan and King Kong Bundy is a weird tag team to start with. Okay. That's just a weird, like, how the fuck did you guys do this? You know, I think Bundy kind of came up in Texas in world class. You can see footage of him in like 83, 84 before he even has he likes just wrestles in clothes. Like I know Fritz von Erich, one of his last matches was against King Kong Bundy, and he's Crusher Bundy at one point, and then he becomes King Kong Bundy.
Oh, King Kong is way better.
This is about a year later.
Well, there was like 18 dudes named the Crusher.
Sure.
Yes. As we discussed in our last episode. And what's interesting about this match?
I forgot about that.
Yes. What we were talking about Crusher Blackwell, who is also a giant fat fucker. And what's interesting about this match is King Kong Bundy and Stan Hansen, oddball tag team. They are wrestling the Road Warriors, who are in their first full year in the business. Okay? These are not the Road Warriors you guys are used to at all.
Their makeup is barely there.
Weird.
Yeah.
Animal doesn't have the proper, like...
No.
Kayfabe K pointed out, who had never seen the Road Warriors before. She pointed out that that Animal's hair looked like the key to Hawk's hair. And I'm like, it gets better actually as they go, because Animal has a more like traditional mohawk.
Isn't that the story that they tell? Like that Hawk had the idea of, you shave a mohawk and I'll shave too, and we'll plug our head. Isn't that like the origin? Yeah, allegedly.
I think it might be.
But he does not have the full mohawk here. It's like you can see it's shaved on the sides, but
he just has this black glob on his face. He doesn't even look like he knows anything.
No.
Hawk, at one point in this match, does the chicken shit heel thing, which you'll never see again. I've never seen these guys do that shit. But the craziest thing about this match, I have two more points. Stan Hansen is trim and really athletic looking, which I am not used to. I'm used to seeing big, chubby Stan Hansen from Borger, Texas, the big bad man. But Stan Hansen and King Kong Bundy are the baby faces. What? I've never seen Stan Hansen be a baby face in my life. Ever. No. And they play it up there. Stan Hansen's like, he does the thing like he always does before every match, and the crowd's going ape shit.
It's fucking weird. And I don't know what the finish of that match was either.
It was a double DQ.
I kind of faded out a little bit during
One
this
thing
match,
I liked was there's a point where, shocking, Stan Hansen, someone had him in an arm lock of some sort, and his arm is hanging there.
An arm bar? What a fucking, oh my God.
And he's trying to fight out, and he can't fight out, and he starts slapping his own hand to prevent it from going to sleep. And I don't know. I like little touches.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
cool.
That kind of shit's so cool to me. Little bits of personality. But yeah, the match, the Road Warriors look like toys.
They do. They are so gigantic, and
everything's.
Blade, you're fucked up.
It sounds like that in the Matrix when like when that silver stuff goes down his mouth and he goes, That's what you sound like right now.
Am I back? Yeah.
Yes.
Your picture looks terrible though. But that's okay.
Yeah, it said it was trying to reconnect to the internet, so I'm not sure what happened there, but it dropped my connection for a minute. I like that it tells you what the fuck is happening, though.
Oh, doing it again?
Hello?
The Road Warriors look like action figures. That's what we were saying.
They look like action figures, and they clearly have no idea what they're doing. Like, They're all presents. After you see these guys all in the ring together, you don't really need to watch the match because nothing is that great. I just thought it was great that at one point Hawk actually backs down, like, hey, I'm sorry about, like does the heel thing. And that Stan Hansen is really fast and looks, but this is also the match where the white sweater lady in the front row screams at Animal like she wants to murder him. And then
Professor,
after the match,
I mean this as a full compliment, but your face and your goatee are perfect for like playing an old school devil. Look, just like red face paint,
like,
and the goatee,
like
the
maybe
pointy
like
little
Lennon,
goatee,
like
yeah,
V.I. Lennon, not John Lennon.
Dude, oh my God, you look like fucking Lennon.
Hold on, I got a copy of the Communist Manifesto.
Actually,
I have several copies of the
That is
Communist Manifesto in this house.
Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov.
That's what I was just thinking.
V.I. Lennon,
I am the walrus, man. Thanks.
You kind of do look like Lennon.
Thanks.
King Kong Bundy cuts a promo after the match is over. And because the sound is so bad, it just sounds like a fart. It's just like,
it sounds like whatever your fucking audio's doing right now, Blade.
Is my audio still bad?
No. It's
in
good now.
and out.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay for me. You picture better.
Well, if Degree can hear it, then it means the stream is just not great, but
like prom night, in and out.
Okay, so the main event. So
yeah,
the main event.
Christ.
This is what I was wondering too, with like a lot of these matches being kind of dull. Is it like when you go see a band and you're going to see this one band and then there's like 6 other bands and maybe you don't really like them and maybe they're not very good, but the one band is the band you want to see? I don't know. I mean, there's 2, but I'm just saying, like, because a lot of this show was not really like, I would have been kind of sad. But I guess tickets probably would have only been like $5 too, so maybe that would have been a different.
But would you have been sad in 1984?
Probably not. Probably not.
Not as sad. This would have been what you expected, but I see what you're saying. I also think this match suffered because you had kind of already seen a lot of people do similar things before this match.
Sure.
Where this is a proper 20-minute match that they work. The first 10 minutes of it.
Ric Flair versus Brad Armstrong.
Yes.
Master of the armbar.
Yeah.
Brad is the national heavyweight champion as well.
I was wondering what his belt was. There were a few moments in there where Brad Armstrong, and I am like kind of, I don't know if I'd say I'm a fan of Brad Armstrong, but I always kind of thought like he wasn't that bad. He's throwing punches, and those are some fucking road dog punches that he is throwing. And I mean, there's obviously they both learned them from their dad.
Right.
I don't think Brad Armstrong's like a terrible wrestler. He probably didn't have any personality or anything.
Wait, is Brad Armstrong fucking Road Dogg's dad?
No,
he's
Bullet
his
Bob
brother.
Armstrong is their dad. Like when Brad Armstrong was like the light heavyweight champ in WCW and stuff, I always like, and he had that crazy mullet. Like I always thought he was.
He had no personality
at all.
Apparently, he's one of the funniest dudes ever in the wrestling business, but he couldn't do it on camera. He just couldn't be that guy
on camera.
Right. Hey. They literally gave him a gimmick parroting his brother from who was in WWE. So he was like literally a parody of the Road Dogg in WCW towards the end. But he was a great worker.
Did either of you notice that Ric Flair totally tapped out?
Yeah, but they don't do tap outs back then. They didn't do tap outs. That didn't mean anything.
Oh, they didn't?
Oh, so it was just like him being frustrated.
Because he was literally tapping the mat, and I'm like, is that not the end of the match?
No.
Oh, he's just frustrated. I did notice how, like, unbelievably comfortable their panties looked in this match. Like,
they did.
They just
did.
very, like,
panties.
a soft cotton panty. Like, they looked really
Everybody's rocking the cotton panties back in these days.
And, yeah.
Some of us still,
So hey, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, they did. They looked really super
going
comfortable and really soft. Ric Flair looked like a cottony goose or perhaps a small duckling.
What?
I don't know. His hair. His hair was just like so
A
fluffy.
cottony goose.
Or a duckling. Yeah. Whoever did Ric Flair's hair, Kayfabe K did point out, did a fantastic job coloring it because
dude.
you don't see any roots, you don't see anything. But I will say they almost did too good a job because I thought Ric Flair's hair was white when I started watching him. Brett's done.
But
I'm
it
just gonna
is.
mute
That's
Brett.
all I could think. I'm like, not a goose and not cotton, but a cotton goose.
How did you guys ever used to watch Duckman?
Oh,
I watched
years
Duckman.
ago.
I liked Duckman.
Yeah, I
I'm
loved it.
just picturing like the art style of Duckman with Ric Flair. Jesus.
Somebody's got to draw that, dude.
So technically this is kind of a babyface versus babyface match, which makes the ending really funny because Flair had just won the title from Harley Race at Starrcade. And so Flair, by all rights is kind of a
I can't fucking do it.
Here, Brett, I'm just going to mute you. Don't worry
You
about
gotta
it.
mute that. Yeah, that's the go ahead into the finish of this match.
Well, so I thought a couple notes. I thought at this point, they clearly thought Brad was a future star. The way that they booked this match. Flair expertly gets the crowd to root for Brad without turning heel. I wrote this before the finish. Because what ends up happening is Brad hits a cross body block. Flair rolls over the top of him, puts his feet on the ropes, gets the 3 count, and gets the fuck out of the ring. And the crowd immediately files out of the building.
Yeah.
Like,
and for a referee that interfered in every fucking pin that happened in every other match, he didn't give a shit about that sloppy ass foot on the ropes.
Nope. Because that was the finish, brother.
And
he was on the take.
Tom Petty.
Good portion.
And who would have thought? You would have thought, he's in between tours. He's got enough money.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, because he did it for the love of the game. That's the thing.
One foot in the grave, 1 foot on the pedal. He was born a rebel.
There you go.
Yeah.
I felt like a lot of this match was people posing like for art students to draw them. There was a lot of like, they would do this thing where they would lock their hands and then they would just like, you can't see what I'm doing, but this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they would just arch their backs for like a few minutes. What else is in my notes?
Flair doesn't have all the Flairisms yet either.
He doesn't woo every fucking 30 seconds. He woos once.
He does a little strut though.
A little bit.
He does the strut. He doesn't do the flip over the turnbuckle, run to the other side thing.
No, but he does do that.
He does a Shawn Michaels bump.
Yeah.
That later, where he gets thrown and he flips up like like upside down in the corner. Shawn Michaels made that a regular spot later, but Flair did it here. And I thought that was interesting.
And I like, this is not just this match, but you see it a lot in this match. When guys are in headlocks or arm bars and they're like reaching their one hand out and it looks like they're blind or at the bottom of like a mine shaft and they're trying to figure out where their keys are or where the light switch is. And it's like they just don't, their hand is just reaching, trying to find something and they just can't quite find it. I just love that shit. That's all.
You lose your keys down a lot of mine shafts, do you?
No, I'm trying to paint a picture. He's at the bottom of the mine shaft, or he's like looking for the light switch, maybe, and his hand is just kind of flailing.
So he's looking for his keys at the bottom of a mine shaft.
Well, maybe he dropped them down there.
Or there's also a light switch.
Yeah, I'll bet somebody fucking. Well, I'm just saying, like you're reaching blindly. Shaft. I was trying to paint a picture, but I'll just say they look like they're reaching for something in the dark. And if this
seems like a weird analogy to you guys at home, this is even weirder still because Chad looks so much like Lennon that it's like Lennon telling you a story that doesn't make any sense or making an analogy that
about what we did with our enemies.
Yeah. I'm just going to guess that was some kind of subtle.
In Soviet Russia, mine shaft finds you.
And then we're making Yakov Smirnoff
I'm getting into that. Who's that guy? What was that dude's name?
Yakov Smirnoff.
Yakov Smirnoff, yes. I was going to say cousin.
I thought he was going to be a huge star when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I bet you did.
He was a brief star for a moment.
Yeah, in the year 1989.
And just
when
like
Blade
the
was
crowd,
37.
file out. But what are we watching? Oh, did anybody else have anything to say, or am I just talking?
Hold on,
Nope,
there
I'm
is more
good.
to say. What did we take away from this?
Oh yeah.
What was our takeaway? What stood out to you, Brett?
Jake Roberts rules.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Degree?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was
Something about cottony
Oddly-
geese.
it was the most cottony goose. It was the most exciting yet, like, I don't know how it can be fun and boring at the same time, but it absolutely 100% was.
That's a good way to put it.
You know, it was good. Like I said, if you want to take a nap and you like, I am comforted by the sounds of professional wrestling. I like professional wrestling. But you don't want to be like constantly woken up by people talking. Put stuff like this on, and it's just like it just kind of lulls you into sleep.
It's like in Big Lebowski when he's meditating to the sounds of bowling.
Yeah, no, it's exactly what it is. Yeah,
I think this is one of those shows that if you wanted to watch it while doing something else, that would be the ideal way to consume
like
this.
Salvia.
yeah.
Right.
Or if you want to put like,
Or sweeping.
if you're
your
having
floor.
a party,
Or
or maybe you're having people over and you just want something on in the
To
background
do mushrooms.
Yeah, probably. Or inhale
Or-
Freon from your air conditioner.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that.
Yeah.
Just-
I mean, you can if you want to. It's a free country.
No, listen.
supposedly.
I'll be
Well,
cutting-
Not anymore.
I think that has had some effects on my brain over the years.
Oh, it has. It
Yeah.
has. No, I'll be cutting so much of this. So
You'll be cutting nothing.
my takeaway is pretty much that Jake Roberts rules. I think I agree with Brett. I mean, he's the standout of the entire show is
Yes, he
Jake
is.
Roberts. He's awesome. You can, when they say, your kind of your gestures and stuff, they have to be for the people in the cheap seats.
Big time.
This camera is 100 yards away. And
Yeah.
I can still tell what Jake's doing. And I think,
Yep.
Degree, you made that point well. So that's this show. I definitely recommend if you're a hardcore wrestling fan who wants to understand the history of wrestling, go check this out. Brett, what are we watching next week?
I forgot the name of it already.
It's called Capital
Capital
Combat.
Combat.
Capital Combat. There's going to be RoboCop.
Fuckers. I'm not going to
With
be
the
here.
Stinger. With Stein.
Bye.
Sickos Club.